Welcome to our journey into one of the most enigmatic figures in the Bible, Melchizedek. Mentioned briefly yet profoundly, Melchizedek's identity has puzzled scholars and theologians for centuries. Was he a priest, a king, or perhaps an angel? Join us as we delve into the mystery of Melchizedek. If you are a true believer, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Melchizedek first appears in the book of Genesis, in a passage that is both brief and deeply significant. This mysterious figure encounters Abraham after the Battle of the Kings, bringing with him bread and wine. Genesis 14:18-20 records this enigmatic meeting. Then Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. He was priest of God Most High, and he blessed Abram, saying, "Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and praise be to God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand." Then Abram gave him a tenth of everything. This encounter, though brief, is packed with symbolism and intrigue. Melchizedek is described as both a king and a priest, titles that carry immense weight in biblical tradition. As the king of Salem, Melchizedek is often associated with ancient Jerusalem. The name Salem is linked to shalom, meaning peace, suggesting that he was a ruler of a city of peace. But Melchizedek is not just a king, he is also a priest of God Most High. This is particularly noteworthy because he predates the Levitical priesthood established through Aaron, the brother of Moses. His priesthood is unique and universal, representing a direct relationship with God that transcends the later established Israelite tradition. The bread and wine Melchizedek brings out are also deeply symbolic. Bread and wine later become central elements in the Christian Eucharist, or communion, linking Melchizedek's actions directly to the Last Supper of Jesus Christ. This connection has led many to see Melchizedek as a foreshadowing of Christ, a prefiguration that bridges the Old and New Testaments. Melchizedek's blessing of Abraham is another significant element of this encounter. By blessing Abraham, Melchizedek acknowledges Abraham's covenant with God and God's providential care over him. This act of blessing further elevates Melchizedek's spiritual authority, presenting him as a mediator between God and humanity. Abraham's response to Melchizedek is equally important. By giving Melchizedek a tenth of everything, Abraham acknowledges Melchizedek's priestly authority and honors him with a tithe. This act of giving a tenth, or a tithe, becomes a foundational practice in later religious traditions, symbolizing respect and gratitude to God's chosen representatives. This brief yet profound encounter in Genesis raises many questions about who Melchizedek really was. Was he merely a historical figure, or does his presence in the Bible point to something greater? His roles as king, priest, and blesser of Abraham suggest a deeper spiritual significance that we will explore further. Melchizedek is described as a priest of God Most High, a title that holds profound significance. This role predates the Levitical priesthood established by Moses, suggesting a universal and timeless priesthood that transcends specific religious traditions. In the ancient world, priests were mediators between the divine and humanity, conducting rituals and sacrifices to maintain the favor of the gods. Melchizedek's priesthood is unique because it is directly associated with God Most High, a term that implies a supreme and universal deity. Melchizedek's offering of bread and wine to Abraham is particularly noteworthy. Unlike the animal sacrifices common in other ancient priesthoods, this offering symbolizes peace, sustenance, and community. Bread and wine are later adopted as central elements in the Christian Eucharist, linking Melchizedek's actions to the sacrificial meal Jesus shared with his disciples. Some scholars interpret Melchizedek's priesthood as a precursor to the priesthood of Christ. In the Epistle to the Hebrews, Melchizedek is used as a typological figure to explain the eternal and superior priesthood of Jesus. Hebrews 7:3 describes Melchizedek as without father or mother, without genealogy, without beginning of days or end of life, resembling the Son of God, he remains a priest forever. Melchizedek's timeless and genealogically independent priesthood sets him apart from the Levitical priests, who were required to be descendants of Aaron. This suggests that Melchizedek's priesthood is based on divine appointment rather than hereditary succession, emphasizing its universal and eternal nature. Throughout history, various religious traditions have recognized the significance of Melchizedek's priesthood. In Christianity, he is seen as a forerunner to Christ, representing a higher order of priesthood. In Jewish mysticism, Melchizedek is often associated with the mystical figure of Metatron, a heavenly priest and scribe. The idea of a universal priesthood embodied by Melchizedek suggests a spiritual order that transcends time, place, and religious boundaries. This concept has inspired theological reflection and spiritual devotion throughout the ages, encouraging believers to seek a deeper connection with the divine. Melchizedek's priesthood invites us to explore the profound mystery of divine mediation and the timeless nature of spiritual authority. His unique role in the biblical narrative challenges us to think beyond traditional boundaries and to consider the universal aspects of faith and worship. Melchizedek is also referred to as the King of Salem, a title that adds another layer of intrigue to his character. Many scholars and theologians believe that Salem is an ancient name for Jerusalem, making Melchizedek the ancient ruler of this significant city. The name Melchizedek itself means King of Righteousness, a title that reflects his just and noble reign. Melchizedek's dual role as both king and priest makes him a unique and powerful figure in biblical history. Unlike other kings who wielded temporal power, Melchizedek's authority extended into the spiritual realm. This combination of temporal and spiritual leadership is rare and signifies a deeper connection to divine authority. The title, King of Righteousness, implies that Melchizedek ruled with justice and integrity. In a world often marked by tyranny and corruption, a righteous king stood out as a beacon of moral authority. Melchizedek's reign in Salem would have been characterized by peace and prosperity, embodying the principles of righteousness and divine favor. Many believe that Salem, the city over which Melchizedek reigned, is synonymous with Jerusalem, a city that holds profound significance in biblical history. Jerusalem, often called the City of Peace, has been a spiritual center for Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Melchizedek's association with this city further elevates his importance and the symbolic weight of his kingship. The combination of Melchizedek's roles as king and priest has led many to see him as a precursor to Jesus Christ, who is also described as both a king and a priest. The Epistle to the Hebrews in the New Testament emphasizes this connection, presenting Melchizedek as a type of Christ, a foreshadowing of Jesus' dual role in the divine plan. In the book of Psalms, Melchizedek is mentioned in Psalm 110 verse 4, where it is written, "The Lord has sworn and will not change his mind. You are a priest forever in the order of Melchizedek." This verse, often interpreted as a messianic prophecy, further solidifies Melchizedek's lasting impact on biblical theology and his role as a model for Christ's eternal priesthood. Melchizedek's kingship, therefore, is not just a historical detail, but a symbol of a divinely ordained leadership that blends justice, peace, and spiritual authority. His example challenges us to reflect on the qualities of true leadership and the integration of spiritual and temporal responsibilities. As we contemplate the mystery of Melchizedek's kingship, we are invited to explore the deeper meanings of authority and righteousness in our own lives. His dual role as king and priest continues to inspire and provoke thought, encouraging us to seek a harmonious balance between our spiritual and worldly duties. The Epistle to the Hebrews in the New Testament provides a profound theological interpretation of Melchizedek, elevating his significance beyond his historical and biblical roles. Hebrews 7:3 states, "Without father or mother, without genealogy, without beginning of days or end of life, resembling the Son of God, he remains a priest forever." This description has led many scholars and theologians to view Melchizedek as a prefiguration of Christ, a mysterious figure whose life and role foreshadow the coming of Jesus. Hebrews presents Melchizedek as an eternal figure without genealogy or temporal limitations, resembling the Son of God. This lack of recorded ancestry and the absence of details about his birth or death suggest a timeless existence, making him an archetype of Christ, who is also described as eternal and without beginning or end. In Hebrews 7:17, it is written, "You are a priest forever, in the order of Melchizedek." This verse underscores the idea that Jesus' priesthood is not according to the Levitical order, but is instead of a higher eternal order represented by Melchizedek. This eternal priesthood signifies a direct and unending connection to God, surpassing the temporal and hereditary limitations of the Levitical priesthood. Furthermore, Melchizedek's offering of bread and wine to Abraham has been interpreted as a foreshadowing of the Eucharist, where Jesus offers his body and blood under the forms of bread and wine. This parallel reinforces the connection between Melchizedek and Christ, highlighting the sacramental significance of their actions. Theological interpretations often delve into the symbolic meanings of Melchizedek's titles and actions. As the King of Righteousness and King of Peace, Melchizedek embodies the virtues that Christ fulfills and perfects. His dual role as king and priest also prefigures Christ's mission to bring justice and salvation, blending spiritual and temporal leadership. Early church fathers, such as Clement of Alexandria and Origen, viewed Melchizedek as a divine figure, some even considering him to be an angel or a heavenly being sent to prepare the way for Christ. These interpretations add a layer of mysticism to Melchizedek's identity, suggesting that he operates within a divine framework that transcends human history. Jewish mystical traditions, including the Kabbalah, also hold Melchizedek in high regard. He is often associated with Metatron, an archangel and scribe of God, further emphasizing his spiritual significance and mysterious nature. These mystical interpretations suggest that Melchizedek's role is not confined to the earthly realm, but extends into the heavenly and eternal. Melchizedek's mysterious nature invites us to explore the deeper layers of biblical and theological interpretation. His eternal priesthood, symbolic actions, and divine attributes offer a rich tapestry of meaning that continues to inspire and challenge believers. Through these theological lenses, we gain a greater appreciation of Melchizedek's role in the divine plan and his prefiguration of Christ. Some early Christian and Jewish traditions suggest that Melchizedek might have been more than human, perhaps an angel or a heavenly being. This intriguing theory is supported by his timeless nature and his role in blessing Abraham, functions typically associated with divine beings. The idea of Melchizedek as an angel or a heavenly being finds support in various religious texts and traditions. Early Christian theologians, such as Origen and Jerome, speculated that Melchizedek might have been an angelic figure, given his eternal attributes and his appearance without genealogical background. In the Epistle to the Hebrews, Melchizedek is described as without father or mother, without genealogy, without beginning of days or end of life. This description aligns more closely with angelic beings who are created by God and exist beyond human time and space. Jewish mystical traditions, such as those found in the Kabbalah, also hint at Melchizedek's angelic nature. Some texts associate Melchizedek with Metatron, a powerful archangel who serves as the celestial scribe and mediator between God and humanity. This connection elevates Melchizedek's status to that of a divine messenger and intercessor. Melchizedek's role in blessing Abraham further supports the theory of his angelic nature. In many biblical accounts, blessings are imparted by divine figures or messengers of God. By blessing Abraham, Melchizedek performs a function typically reserved for heavenly beings, suggesting a higher, divine origin. The Dead Sea Scrolls, discovered in the mid-20th century, also contain references to Melchizedek that imply a supernatural identity. In these ancient texts, Melchizedek is portrayed as a heavenly figure who will preside over the final judgment and defeat the forces of darkness, further solidifying his role as an angelic leader. These angelic interpretations of Melchizedek invite us to consider the broader implications of his presence in the Bible. As an angelic or heavenly being, Melchizedek represents a direct link between the divine and the human realms, embodying the eternal and transcendent aspects of God's plan. The concept of Melchizedek as an angel challenges us to think beyond the traditional boundaries of biblical characters, opening up possibilities for deeper spiritual understanding. His mysterious and divine nature encourages believers to explore the mystical dimensions of faith and the ways in which the divine interacts with humanity. Melchizedek's enigmatic presence is not confined to the canonical Bible. He also appears in other ancient texts, such as the Dead Sea Scrolls and the writings of early church fathers. These additional sources often elevate his status even further, adding layers of mystery and reverence to his figure. The Dead Sea Scrolls, discovered in the mid-20th century, contain references to Melchizedek that portray him as a celestial and eschatological figure. In the scroll known as 11Q13, or the Melchizedek Scroll, he is depicted as a heavenly warrior who will lead God's forces against the forces of darkness in the final judgment. This portrayal aligns with the apocalyptic literature of the time, where Melchizedek is seen as an agent of divine justice and salvation. He is described as a figure who will announce the Day of Atonement and bring about the ultimate defeat of evil, emphasizing his role as a messianic and redemptive figure. In the writings of the early church fathers, Melchizedek's status is further elevated. For example, Clement of Alexandria and Origen considered Melchizedek to be a prototype of Christ, embodying an eternal priesthood that predates and surpasses the Levitical priesthood. These early theologians saw Melchizedek as a figure of immense spiritual significance. Tertullian, another influential early Christian writer, viewed Melchizedek as a divine figure, possibly even an angel. He emphasized Melchizedek's unique priesthood and his role in foreshadowing the coming of Christ. This interpretation reinforced the belief in Melchizedek's extraordinary nature and his importance in the divine plan. In Jewish mystical traditions, such as the Kabbalah, Melchizedek is often identified with the archangel Metatron, who is regarded as a celestial scribe and mediator between God and humanity. This association underscores Melchizedek's heavenly origin and his role in bridging the divine and human realms. Melchizedek's appearances in these various texts highlight the depth and complexity of his character. Whether seen as a heavenly warrior, a divine priest, or an angelic mediator, Melchizedek embodies a transcendent and timeless authority that continues to inspire and intrigue. These additional texts and interpretations contribute to the enduring mystery and reverence surrounding Melchizedek. They invite us to explore the multifaceted nature of his role in religious history and to appreciate the profound impact he has had on theological thought. As we reflect on the rich tapestry of texts and traditions that feature Melchizedek, we gain a deeper understanding of his significance. His presence in these diverse sources underscores his role as a bridge between the earthly and the divine, challenging us to contemplate the greater mysteries of faith and spirituality. Today, Melchizedek continues to be a figure of fascination and inspiration for many. His mysterious nature and multifaceted roles invite us to explore deeper spiritual truths and the timeless aspects of faith. Whether seen as a priest, king, or angel, Melchizedek's legacy endures, influencing contemporary religious thought and practice. In theological studies, Melchizedek is often discussed as a precursor to Christ, embodying the eternal priesthood that Christ fulfills. His unique combination of priestly and kingly roles offers a powerful model of spiritual leadership that transcends traditional boundaries and invites deeper reflection on the nature of divine authority. Melchizedek's role as a priest of God, Most High, resonates with many who seek a more profound connection with the divine. His example challenges us to think beyond the conventional frameworks of religious practice and to embrace a more universal and inclusive approach to spirituality. His title as the King of Righteousness continues to inspire those who strive for justice and integrity in their lives. Melchizedek's reign as a just and peaceful king serves as a reminder of the importance of righteous leadership and the pursuit of peace in our communities and societies. In mystical and esoteric traditions, Melchizedek is seen as a bridge between the earthly and the divine, a figure who transcends human limitations and embodies the eternal truths of the spiritual realm. This interpretation encourages believers to explore the mystical dimensions of their faith and to seek a deeper understanding of the divine mysteries. Melchizedek's legacy also endures in the context of interfaith dialogue. His appearance in both Jewish and Christian texts and his associations with Islamic and other religious traditions make him a symbol of the common spiritual heritage that unites different faiths. His story encourages mutual respect, understanding, and cooperation among diverse religious communities. Today, the figure of Melchizedek serves as a profound reminder of the interconnectedness of our spiritual traditions and the universal quest for truth, justice, and divine connection. His timeless presence continues to inspire and challenge us to explore the deeper aspects of our faith and to live lives that reflect the eternal values he embodies. As we reflect on the significance of Melchizedek today, let us embrace the mystery and depth of his story. His enduring influence invites us to seek a closer connection with the divine, to pursue justice and peace, and to appreciate the rich tapestry of our shared spiritual heritage. Melchizedek remains one of the most intriguing figures in the Bible, a symbol of mystery and divine connection. What do you think about Melchizedek's true identity? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this exploration, please like, share, and subscribe for more biblical insights. Hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. Thank you for watching.